Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. I always do it wrong. I always do it wrong now. I think it's just because you're here today.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See, I need to say it
It's the
10
order in which
times.
they happen.
Yeah, I just need to. I know I'm saying it wrong, but it's kind of like I say it all the time wrong now. So,
It's just the order in which they happen.
anywho, Caleb's here, and
Hello.
we're going to do Would You Rather Lord of the Rings version. There's kind of a little twist. So we actually already recorded this podcast once.
7 times.
Once. We were actually in California when we recorded it, and it was so funny, so hilarious. I'm so sorry you won't get to laugh with us when we did this, but we are now redeeming this podcast, and it was kind of super spontaneous. It was supposed to be just would you rather questions, and it turned into Lord of the Rings ones, like happenstance. It just was like random out of the blue. So now we're gonna do it. It was so much fun. So we decided that we would do it on purpose this time.
Yes.
So these
Except for the questions last time weren't that good, so I hope we got some better ones.
Okay, yeah, they were really not good, but it was still hilarity the whole time. We were laughing our butts off the whole time. And so it was fun. So these questions are going to be better. There's actually a little twist to this first one I found that I thought was really fun. So I hope you like it. And hope you enjoy, and please subscribe and comment, leave a review. That would be amazing. And
a good review, ideally.
Ideally, a good review. Yes. Okay. Let's begin. Okay. The first one. I had to go, okay. Would you rather... Okay, so actually, I'm doing the twist right now.
We're already starting with a twist?
Yes. Or should
Isn't a twist normally like when you're halfway through something and then it twists?
Okay. I will not start with the twist. I won't do it right now, but
it's not. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, I will do.
If the twist means that much to you.
Okay, so these are supposedly impossible Middle Earth questions that are okay. They're Middle Earth questions that are impossible to answer, okay?
Well, then we're not going to be able to answer them.
But they're really hard.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're not that big of Lord of the Rings fans.
No, but you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You think that.
Okay. Well, I don't know some of this stuff. So the first one that I did, that I was looking at, I was really excited about, but it's the twist. So I'll do a few here, and then I'll twist it, and then I'll come back. Okay?
I'm excited to find out what these questions are.
Okay, the first one. Would you rather hunt the Mirkwood with Legolas and Tauriel? Oh, that's horrible. It's that girl. No, this is a good girl. Tauriel, how do you say her name? Tauriel. Or go on an expedition journey with Philly and Killy. Okay, there's pictures here for reference. So if you have no idea what this is, I would not know what this is. I might just... Okay, well, we'll do this one. Do you know what this is?
Yes. I think, honestly...
This is a dumb question?
No, I think it's a great question. No, this is a great question.
An unexpected journey with Philly and Killy?
This question alone tops everything that we got stuck listening to last time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so why would a hunt with Mirkwood? I don't know that I can answer. The only thing I could say is that I like Legolas and Tauriel, so I would probably pick them. That's what I would say, based on me not knowing...
Like anything about the lore?
Yeah, and these two, Philly and Killy, are human. And I know that Legolas and Tauriel are elves. And I like the elves better, so I picked them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty easy.
But I don't know what a Mirkwood is.
It's just a forest, the name of a forest. So you're hunting with Legolas and that redheaded chick in the forest.
Yeah.
Which I think just hunting with them in general would be cool. I mean, come on, can you imagine that hunting trip? Except for I'd have to be good with the bow, and that would be
Yeah,
really
it's all
hard.
bow.
Yeah, I'd be more just watching them do it. I guess, well...
The other ones have knives.
What's an expedition with Feely and Keely?
An unexpected journey with Philly and Killy.
I changed my mind. I think I'm going to go with an unexpected journey. Because, I mean, if you look at, you know, Bilbo's unexpected journey, that was pretty sick. And
yeah, that's
who knows?
true.
The unexpected journey could be 10 times more exciting and more fun than just a simple hunting trip. Because, like, hunting trip, okay, you hunt the cool, you know, forest creature, but I don't even know how to use a bow like that. So basically, I'd just be watching them do it, and I'd be like, good job. But an unexpected journey could be anything. It could be like the most epic adventure in history.
It could.
I'm gonna go with that. I think my initial thought was Legolas and them, but I'm definitely changing it. It's gonna be Feely and Keely. Is that what it is? Feely and Keely?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be those guys.
Okay. Number 2. Would you rather serve Denethor, Steward of Gondor, sorry, or serve the Master of Lake Town? Man, okay.
Wow.
Lake Town. I'm seeing a picture, and he has a really bad comb over.
Yeah, he's pretty scuzzy. Dang. I think I would rather...
I do Lake Town. I pick Lake Town. I don't know hardly anything, but I do not like serve the Steward of Gondor, that Denethor. I don't like that king. Horrible.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna choose the Steward of Gondor.
What?
Well, you're in a way better, like, kingdom that's way more wealthy and you have way more benefits. I feel like living in that castle and, like, even though you're a servant of...
He's really mean.
Yeah, well, both of them suck. Both of them are jerks.
Okay, well, I don't even know Lake Town one.
And the Lake Town guy has this ugly unibrow you gotta look at. Like, there's just so much with that dude. And he'd be the type of dude that he would just... His power, he would use against you. Does that make sense? Like, like he'd be the type of dude that would make you do stuff to demean you because it makes him feel better. Whereas Denethor...
He would probably do the same thing, but without magic.
I feel like he just serve him. Like, okay. What did
Mary do something? Mary has to serve him.
Pippin had to,
Pippin
had to stand there for a little bit and sing him a song. Like, come on. How hard is it to sing and do a song? Well, he ate those cherries that popped and dripped down his face.
Ew.
It was like this, like, burst, and then it just, like, went down his face.
It was that guy, the king.
Yeah, Denethor. Yeah, it's honestly and he's chewing the bread, and it's just really crunchy, and
gross.
Pippin's over here like,
yeah,
you know, Pippin's killing it. You know what I mean?
Pippin is so annoying. I hate Pippin. If we could take Pippin out of the Lord of the Rings,
Pippin's good at that point. That was the best. That was a highlight in Pippin's life. That was a highlight. So honestly, I think it's pretty easy on that one. It should be Denethor. The other guy's just so scuzzy.
Okay, would you rather, number 3, fly on the back of a great eagle or ride on Radagast's rabbit sleigh? Okay, wait. I know you hate Radagast anyways because he's a made-up character in The Hobbit.
He's not a made-up character. He's a Tolkien character, but he's not in the Hobbit books.
Yeah, and they added it. I would say the Great Eagle.
I feel like this is the first stupid question.
Really?
Under what circumstance would anyone not want to ride on the eagles? The
eagles
that's
true.
The most iconic creatures, like, in Middle Earth.
They're so cool. And why would you want to be on a stupid sleigh? Rabbit sleigh. Maybe it's fast, but it's not like being on a great eagle.
I can like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I can rent a dog sleigh or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can experience that in real life.
Mm-hmm.
You can't experience being on the back of a giant eagle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like, yeah, no. I just feel like that's not even... It's a dumb question. That's an easy one.
I know. Why would they say that's
There's
hard?
no real comparison there. I don't know who the person is that wouldn't choose the eagles, because even if they're worried about heights, like, oh, what if I fall off the eagles? Like, the eagles have a consciousness and an awareness. They'll just go catch you. You'll be all right.
Okay, next. Would you rather face down an angered Olymphant, those
Oliphant.
those elephants, those huge elephants.
Yeah, the elephants in the third movie
that they ride on.
I don't know why they're not just called elephants, but.
Or face off a company of orcs. Man.
I feel like I personally would be dead either way. I don't think I have much chance against a mammoth-sized elephant wanting to kill me. Like, there's no real way. I can't outrun it.
Right.
I can't hide. It's just gonna where am I gonna hide? It's just gonna stomp over everything. You know, it's got giant horns. It probably weighs
millions of pounds. They're huge.
That's probably a little bit of a stretch, but it's probably a few tons, you know. And then I guess with the orcs,
they're good fighters.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be stronger than me. They're gonna have weapons. Do I have a gun? I mean, does it limit what you have? Am I just some dude, or
do they have guns in the movie?
If it's me, I concealed carry, so I'm choosing the orcs. Because I feel like a couple 9mm into the orc, I'll be all right. So if it's me as I am, just boom, some orcs knock on my door, or an elephant, I'm gonna choose the orcs because, I'm in America. And I actually feel pretty happy with that choice.
I think I would feel better about the elephant just because it's dumber than the orcs, and the orcs are smarter.
It's dumber than the orcs.
You could run away in a way. You could get in a car and run away.
Yeah, but again, you can get in a car and run away from either of them. Orcs can't outrun a car.
But they have animals that they ride on. That cheetah, leopard, panda thing they ride on.
No, they ride on a warg, but there's nothing in this question that says they have wargs.
Well, there's nothing in the question that says you can't pop it off with a 9mm or a rifle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I think I'm going with the orcs because they didn't say you have to use a sword or nothing. So I'm just gonna go with what suits me best.
I pick elephant, and I'm gonna run away in a car.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Would you rather spend all day listening to Smeagol talk to his precious, or spend all day listening to Thorin regale you with dreary tales of the past?
Well, Thorin was my favorite character in the Hobbit books.
I would pick Thorin too.
I guess he was probably the best character in the movies too, but the movies just kind of dropped the ball on everybody. But in the books, Thorin was my favorite character. And so I'm going to just say hanging out with Thorin, period. Plus, hearing some dude, I'm super into fantasy, movies, books, everything. So hearing some dwarf dude tell crazy stories about things.
But it says dreary stories.
Dreary, whatever. I can deal with a
dreary tales of the past.
I can deal with a dreary story.
I mean, anything from him I feel like would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, even it's better than just listening to Smeagol fondle his ring and just precious. Makes me sick just thinking about it. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a chance that I would choose Smeagol. Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I guess maybe if some people thought that he was maybe some people might have thought Thorin was a particularly annoying character in the movies. I mean, I'm not saying there are people. I'm saying maybe somebody might have thought he was kind of a jerk.
I liked him.
But I think Thorin's the best.
Okay, next. Would you rather have the one ring of power but be slowly driven insane, or watch your best friend be driven insane by the ring while they become increasingly suspicious that you're trying to steal it? Gosh, that's really hard.
What a question. Would I rather have it or have my best friend have it and then be suspicious of me? That's pretty much what it's saying, right?
Best friend be driven insane by the ring while they become increasingly suspicious that you're trying to steal it.
Interesting. I would say I would rather I'm just going to put it this way. I'd rather be Sam than Frodo. So I'm going to go with my best friend have it. Because that's basically what they're asking. Would you rather have Sam's experience or Frodo's experience? And everyone who's anyone knows Sam's the real hero. So I'm going with Sam.
I would pick have it myself and
Why?
sacrifice it.
Sacrifice? Well, I mean, ideally, you would hope that your friend would too. The question is, what friend would you have? What friend would you have the ring? Who'd you trust with that?
No, but it is asking one. You have it, and then you'd be driven insane.
Yeah, that's the question. I think it's pretty straightforward. I would rather be Sam.
Well, yeah, that would be much
no
better.
Questions
but
about it.
Why would you want to watch your friend driven insane?
Well, I don't want to watch him be driven insane, but like, I just think maybe my friend would be better off, with the ring. Maybe he'd be more responsible with it. Maybe I just don't trust myself.
Yeah, it's a hard one. Okay, next. Would you rather get caught in a troll's camp at dinner time or be strung up in a giant spider's web?
So in the troll's camp situation, am I tied up? Did it say tied up in a troll's camp?
No, were you caught in the camp, in a troll's camp? You get caught. You're caught.
And what's the other one?
Strung up in a giant spider.
I guess saying being caught, that means I'm tied up, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I would say I would rather be tied up. Well, I don't know, actually. Okay, so let's think of the actual scenarios. So in the movies, the Trolls Camp situation, I think Bilbo just,
He tricks them.
He tricks them. He just talks...
Which I think I would
He talks to them and tries to, keep them distracted and turning on each other until daylight hits, and then they die. In the movies, Frodo has a sword, tries to cut himself out, can't cut himself out. He basically gets captured, and it takes Sam to help him out. I think out of those two scenarios, I probably don't have a sword in either of them. I'd probably rather take my chances trying to convince the trolls.
Yeah, me too.
Or, they're not very smart.
Yeah, they're stupid.
So you could try, to maybe convince them not to eat you.
Yeah.
The other thing that I would to think about, though, is if it's, you're dying, you're going to die.
Because they're poisoned you with the snake, with the...
No, I'm saying, if it's, either way, I'm choosing which way I'm going to die, I'd rather die as the spider way. Because she paralyzes you and then just, sucks your blood out, which obviously sounds pretty gruesome, but it would be a less painful death, as opposed to being boiled alive.
But you're paralyzed, so that means you don't feel anything?
Yeah. I mean, that's... If you're paralyzed, you don't feel nothing. So I'd rather... It would be a really miserable death, mentally, because you just know that your blood's being sucked out. But the other one, you're being boiled alive in some kind of stew.
Right, yeah, that would be horrible.
Or, who knows what else they would do to you. But that would be...
Break your arms and legs off, that's what they talked about.
Who knows? So I'm going to say that the best answer for that one, if I know I'm going to die, is the spiderweb. But if it's not guaranteed I'm going to die, then I'm going to take my chances convincing those dudes to let me go.
Okay. Next. Okay. Would you rather be the unexpected host of a party to dwarves or attend a fantasy dinner party in Rivendell?
Oh, to me, this is easy. I'm hanging out with dwarves.
I'm hanging out with the elves.
What?
I like the elves.
Oh my gosh, no, listen.
Yes, I'm definitely in the elf world.
I'm going to convince you. Watch. Look at the parties, okay? In Rivendell, they're all just like staunch and everything's so magical and majestical. And we're going to sit there and we're going to pour little teas and wines and everyone's going to talk very fancy and slow and
beautiful and
But
nice.
You get a bunch of 12 dwarves sitting there. Those guys know how to party. Those guys know how to have a good time.
They were having fun.
They're over there. They're just like playing games. They're singing songs.
Yeah.
They're having
I
a
did
good
like their music.
time. Like those dudes are having a blast, and everyone. I mean, the only reason Bilbo didn't enjoy himself is because he's more like the elves, all paunch and staunch and really very like, proper. But we ain't like that. We're not proper. I would have a miserable time. You probably have to dress up at Rivendell. You could just hang out with the dwarves. Those are the boys, man.
I just feel like Rivendell would be so pretty and it would be so fun, and I feel like the elves would have really fun stories that are beautiful and it's just pretty, and I don't know.
You could enjoy
really
a waterfall
nice
for like 30 seconds till you're over it.
And it's
but
so
with
gorgeous.
the dwarves, you're going to be hanging out with the dudes, with the boys. I'm taking the boys. I'm hanging out with the dwarves all day.
I mean, they're both fun.
It's not even a question.
There's probably a million stories with the dwarves too, but I feel like in Rivendell they're more positive, and in the dwarves they're like not.
Nah, I think it's backwards. I think Rivendell, they're just too serious.
They are.
When is the last time you heard an elf make a joke? Other than Legolas. Legolas is the only dude that made a joke. He's the only elf that had a personality.
This is true.
All the dwarves had amazing personalities. They knew how to party. They knew how to
okay, you converted me. You converted me to dwarf.
This isn't even a question.
Dwarf. But I think it would still be really pretty with the elves. But if you're gonna have a good time, a really fun party time, okay, dwarves.
I mean, that's what they're saying. They're like, who you partying with, basically. It's basically what they're saying.
Yeah. But you're hosting or attending.
I mean, I don't care. I'll host them. Whatever. It's gonna be expensive because they're gonna want to drink and do whatever they do, but it'd still be way more fun than just going to an elves thing.
Okay, next. Would you rather follow Aragorn, son of Arathorn?
Yes.
Or follow Thorin,
yes.
son of Thor?
No, it's Aragorn. That's not even a question. The dude is he's just a better leader in
I like
every
Aragorn.
capacity. It's not even a question. Absolutely Aragorn. Any question of would you rather Aragorn or blank, it's Aragorn.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah. Unless it's like, would you rather him die? It's the only one I wouldn't choose him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Would you rather light fireworks with Gandalf?
Yes.
Or would you rather tell tales with Bilbo?
Fireworks
with
come on,
Gandalf.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to hang out with Gandalf?
I know.
Bilbo's not an interesting character without Gandalf.
I know.
Nobody's interesting without Gandalf. Gandalf is like the best character.
And he's so fun, lighthearted.
Yeah. No, it's Gandalf. It's not even that's the easy one. I mean, Bilbo's cool, but come on.
Okay, this one's hard. Would you rather steal the Arkenstone from Smaug or sneak into Mordor under the watchful eye of Sauron? Ooh, that's hard. You cannot get away from either of those.
Do you have the ring in both situations?
I'm assuming so. You would have to do the Arkenstone from Smaug.
If it's with the ring, then I'm gonna go with Smaug. Because...
But you would probably... Yeah, I don't know. But why if not the ring? What if you don't have the ring? I don't know why you would be going to those places if you didn't have the ring.
It all depends. Basically, I guess it would depend on the situation. Okay? Because, if it's the exact same scenario Frodo had, where he, has to go... Where he has a distraction, then, of course, I feel like that would be the most ideal place of doing it. Going through Mordor while there's a distraction and all of Mordor is at the front gate is possible. But if there's no distraction, you're not getting through there at all.
Yeah,
there's no way. Whereas maybe I'll get lucky with Smog, even though he'd probably smell me or see me or whatever. I feel like you're dead either way.
Yeah,
I'd rather just. I'm just gonna say I'm choosing Smog in any scenario. If I have
that eye,
if I have the ring or not, I'm choosing Smog because if he does kill me, he'll just like. I think he'll just eat me or cook me real quick, as opposed to being captured by like all these orcs and being tortured for like whatever reason. I just feel like that's a better choice. So far, I'm going with the most pain-free options in these.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have an elf's keen senses, agility, and beauty, or have a wizard's powers?
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh, that's good.
I like wizard's powers.
Now, with the elves, do I get their ability to live forever?
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. An elf's keen senses, agility, and beauty.
Well, I'm saying wizard's powers.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I just feel like that's... I mean, come on. I would be the ugliest dude ever just to be like an ugly Gandalf. Because it would be pretty cool just to be Gandalf. Even if you're ugly version. Gandalf's cool.
I like Gandalf. Okay, next. Would you rather always have your questions answered by Gandalf's sarcasm and riddles, or only be able to proceed with a decision after consulting a gathering of Ents? I know mine.
What was how was the first one worded again?
Would you rather always have to have... They spelt it wrong, so I have to rephrase it. Okay, would you rather... mess it up. Would you rather always have your questions answered by Gandalf's sarcasm and riddles, or only be able to proceed with a decision after consulting a gathering of Ents?
Oh, I mean, I think Gandalf.
Yeah, me too.
Any question you can ask Gandalf, even if he's answering it in a sarcastic way,
is really cool.
It's going to be super smart answer that's going to help you. And then his riddles, I mean... That's like a bunch of You're gonna be the dude that's gonna use his riddles with other people, and you're gonna be that old wise dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That like, you know what I mean? You ever had those people that, oh, my grandma used to say, or my, whoever used to say.
Yeah, I love that.
That's like your whole life with Gandalf if he's answering all your questions.
Seriously, it is your whole life.
I feel like that'd be great. Another easy one.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the twist. These are like only halfway done.
Oh, we're at the twist now. Okay.
I'm going to go to the twist. Okay? Okay. So, this is... Maybe we'll go back to this, but... Okay. Wait. What the heck? Okay. Okay, here it is. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
It's... Would you rather Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars? Would you rather? Ultimate...
Would I rather choose Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
No, it's Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars. It's would you rather.
I guess I'm not understanding your question.
It's either going to be a Star Wars question or a Lord of the Rings question, and you have to pick between the two.
I guess...
You'll see. Trust me.
I guess Lord of the Rings.
No, it's not the question yet.
Better?
It's not the question yet. Okay.
Wait, what is you just said would you rather? How is that not a question?
Okay, it's the would you rather version, Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars.
Are you asking me or
No.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the next this is the question.
Now.
Okay, would you rather be able to use magic like in Lord of the Rings, or be able to use the Force? I know what I pick.
Yeah, I feel like that's an easy one.
Me too.
You first.
The Force.
Yeah, the Force.
The Force is so cool.
Like, I don't know... I'll say this. I don't know all the magic in Lord of the Rings. I know Gandalf, like, does his, like, staff thing, and, like, in the comic books... Or not the comic books. In The Hobbit, like, he lights a pine cone on fire. But, like... I don't know.
Oh, and he did the fireworks and made the dragon chase them.
Yeah, but like,
he came
Lord
back
of the
to
Rings
life.
magic isn't like super in your face. It's very subtle. I mean, Gandalf had like a shield that he held up, you know, in the Battle of Gondor. He like shined light.
Mm-hmm.
He made the sun point down at the people. So like, it's always kind of just
random.
It's not random. It's that it's not like below your mind magic cool tricks and stuff. At least that I know of. The stuff that I'm thinking of, most of the time Gandalf when he's fighting is with a sword.
Yeah, that's true.
If he was like crazy amazing magical abilities, you know what I mean? Then I feel like he would have used them. And so, based on what I know about Lord of the Rings, I'm choosing the other one, which I don't remember what the other one was.
The Force.
The Force. Oh, yeah. As far as Star Wars.
I would definitely use the Force. I feel like the Force could be used every day for all, like, even mundane, normal things. Like, when Everest was first born, like, just sitting on the couch, and I needed to get something, but he's asleep, the Force would be so handy.
That's true. You can just, like, you're sleepy.
I didn't even think of that. But if he was already asleep, you could have stuff brought to you.
Oh, yeah. Just honestly, the laziness with the Force. You can just be like, oh, I'm going to grab a soda from the fridge and not leave the couch at all.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going... I mean...
The Force is...
Even if Lord of the Rings did have really cool magic stuff, the Force is better.
I know, the Force is better. Okay, next. Would you rather have a troll as a personal bodyguard, but it's Jabba the Hutt's... Or no, it's Boba Fett's troll. Or have a Rancor as a personal bodyguard.
Wait, Boba Fett's troll?
Yeah, it's the troll. Remember Boba Fett? Look at it. It's Boba Fett's troll. The troll that was Jabba the Hutt's troll.
Oh, no, that's the troll from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, the Rancor is the other one. Yeah, I was like... I was so confused.
What's a Rancor? Is a Rancor...
It's the thing...
That's Boba Fett's thing,
Boba
right?
Fett's thing.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what it is.
That's Boba Fett's. Yes.
I think a Rancor because it was obedient and it listened, and a troll probably is obedient, but they're really stupid.
Well...
Which one do you think would be stronger, though? I don't know.
The question is which I would have as a pet?
As a bodyguard.
Oh, I'm choosing a Rancor. Rancor has claws.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rancor's way bigger. Like, if you had a Rancor versus a cave troll, Rancor would win.
Really?
Yeah, easily.
Because trolls are
easily. They're just, I mean, a Rancor is basically a troll with super sharp teeth, a huge mouth and jaws, and claws.
Oh.
Like.
Well, then that's easy.
Yeah. I feel like that's a super easy one.
Well, I didn't know.
Why would you? Well, no, I'm not saying
I got it mixed up.
But for the person thinking of this question, like, I just feel like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, especially when they probably know the ins and outs of both.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Would you rather ride on one of the eagles, the great eagles, must be that, or ride on a 74Z speeder bike? That's kind of stupid. I would definitely pick the eagles because the eagles would be so cool.
Bike?
Yeah, the 74Z speeder bike. It's the ones that...
Like, yeah, from the pod racing.
Yeah. But pod racing, you can go so fast.
Honestly, I'm choosing the speeder bike.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we already chose the eagles before?
No. But, like,
why?
No, like, even if
because you can go, like...
Because, like, as a kid, those pod races were so cool. And just, like, if you're in a Star Wars thing, you're going on those pod races... I don't know. It just looks like a lot of fun. Plus, I actually don't like heights, so I know that's ironic because last time I chose the Eagles, but
it was a different question.
It was a totally different context. I feel like absolutely the speeder bike's way cooler.
I think the Eagle's still cooler.
Really?
Because I feel like you could ride a snowmobile and it'd be the same deal as a speeder bike.
It's
I mean, you're hovering over the ground.
Way faster.
Okay, this is true.
Way faster.
They go like 200 miles, right?
I mean, I don't know their actual like top speed, but like they're going way faster than like a snowmobile or whatever.
How fast? Like 200, 300, 400 miles an hour? They're going fast. I know they're going way faster than...
I mean, probably like a legit ridiculous speed. I don't know the speed, but whatever it is, it would be ridiculous. That's what I know.
Okay, next. I still say the Eagle, but I know you picked the bike. Okay, would you rather have a magical staff or a lightsaber? I think I picked the staff because, well, a lightsaber would be really cool. But if you could have a staff, I mean, who knows if you know how to use it, number one.
It's true.
But a lightsaber you would know how to use, and you could learn because it's just like a sword.
Yeah, I think I would choose the staff.
I would choose the staff.
I feel like the staff
is more
has
useful.
A less chance of me accidentally harming myself or someone else. Like with a lightsaber, it fits in the Star Wars context because they have the Force and they have like this training as Jedis. But like if you just gave some average dude like me a lightsaber, like it's
basically a sword.
It's literally a weapon that you just touch it against something and it's like 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. And it just like burns through everything. There's so much potential for that to do so much damage and wreak so much havoc just sitting there. I mean,
yeah, but the magical staff could do the same thing.
Not really. It's just a stick if you think about it.
It's true. It's a glowing stick, though.
It's just a stick. It's whether or not you have the magical abilities. I'd rather just have like a simple like walking stick, you know,
rather than a lightsaber. I'd rather have a lightsaber than
to humanity.
Okay, you're getting a little bit too much.
Listen,
okay,
I'm being real.
Okay, next question. Would you rather meet Aragorn or Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Over Aragorn?
Well,
you said anything Aragorn.
Well, okay, I know I said that, but if we're talking about just hanging out, like
Han Solo's pretty chill.
I feel like Han Solo would be really cool just to hang out with. Like we're just meeting him. Like I'm gonna meet Han Solo. Like that dude's just super chill. Although he might be a jerk to you. Aragorn would be nice. Aragorn would actually be like a nice dude, whereas Han Solo would probably just be like, "But I'm angry," because he's Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford is kind of angry.
I think I pick Aragorn because I think he has cooler stories than Han Solo. I mean, Han Solo would have cool stories.
Han Solo would have some sick stories.
I know, but I'm still gonna pick Aragorn. I'm more interested in his stories than Han Solo.
I guess that's fair.
What do you pick? You pick Han Solo?
I'm gonna go with Han Solo still, but I can see why someone would choose Aragorn.
They're both good.
They're both good choices. They're both great characters.
Okay, would you rather kill off Grima Wormtongue?
Okay.
Or kill off Jaja Binks?
I'd rather kill Grima Wormtongue.
Why Jaja Binks?
I don't know. There's like a lot of people that hate on Jar Jar. I am not one of them.
I like Jaja Binks.
I think Jar Jar.
Isn't he a good person?
I mean, yeah, he's a good guy, but people who are like really big Star Wars fans
don't like him
before the like prequels, I guess. They really didn't like him.
Oh, I like him.
So like old Star Wars fans, like people who are super old.
That's not even a question. That's a dumb question. A bad guy versus a good guy?
Some people really hate Jar Jar. I liked him as a kid.
I liked him as a kid too.
So I'm just gonna say I would rather Jar Jar live.
Yeah, me too. 100%. That's a stupid
and
question.
Green Wormtongue is scuzzy.
Yeah, he's bad. Why would you? That's like Jesus and like.
I wouldn't say Jar Jar's Jesus. I think if there's a comparison,
yeah, but he's a good guy.
If there is a comparison to be made, I wouldn't say that's the comparison to make. But
I'm just saying, give me like Give me a bad guy versus a good guy. That's that whole deal right there.
Unless you go with the theory that Jar Jar was actually Darth Jar Jar, and the whole thing happened because of him.
Why would it happen because of him? Now you're getting into Star Wars lore
I don't
know.
No, you're just getting into conspiracy theories. But, if you believe that kind of thing.
I don't even know.
Somebody out there is going to enjoy that comment.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather live in Mordor or live in Mustafar? What is Mustafar? I know Mordor, but...
It's basically the same thing. Mordor is a barren desert wasteland. Actually, no, I'm going to say Mustafar because at least, maybe I could just work at the factory there and maybe there's food or something.
Because it's a city, right?
No, it's a planet.
They both look
It's a planet,
horrible.
but Mustafar has that, the
really
place where
city.
Obi-Wan and them fight.
Oh,
Obi-Wan
yeah.
and Anakin fight, so, maybe there'd be, a place you can at least survive. Mordor... Boromir literally says you can't even breathe in the air. It's a toxic fume. So,
Mustafar.
I'd have to pick Mustafar. Has got to be the better choice, right?
Yeah. Last but not least. Oh wait, there's a bonus.
Oh.
Who? Oh wait, what? Okay. Who did Christopher Lee play better? Sauron or Count Dooku?
Ooh.
He was in both movies?
Yeah.
What? Now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, what?
Wow, that's crazy good. What a great question.
That is a really good question.
He's basically the same character in both.
Yes.
So how do you... Gosh.
I don't know. I think, okay... I think I like him more bad. He's worse.
He's bad in both.
In Sauron. I think I like him more as Sauron bad.
You think so?
Well, I can't remember him very well as Count Dooku. I recognize his name really well, and I'm seeing his picture, but and I see, oh yeah, it's him, but I forget. Was he the leader in the political realm and then he turned bad?
No, he was a former Jedi and then he saw that the Jedi were corrupt, so he kind of sided with the Sith, and there's a whole lot of backstory.
I know he sided with the Sith. He was kind of good.
He's a really great character in Star Wars lore. As far as which character did he play better? I'm gonna say, cause I'm trying to just think of the moments that he's in the movie. Which one does he? Because I feel like he's the same. He's a great actor in whatever he does, and he basically plays. He acts the same similarly with both.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just going. Which character had the better quotes or just better moments? And I'm just gonna say that I think Count Dooku is a better character than Saruman.
Really?
Yeah. I think Count Dooku, in my experience, has way more quotable lines, even though I can't think of any right now. And I'm just trying to think of Saruman's moments. I mean, I just don't think... I mean, he was great, but I don't think there was really any moments that I'm
You're just thinking
that were super
of quotes.
iconic. Well, yeah, what else am I supposed to narrow it down to? He acted great in both, and... they're basically the same character.
Yeah,
as
they
far
are.
As the way he
Bad.
acts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's Christopher Lee both times acting the same way. What other criteria am I supposed to base it off of?
I don't know. I picked Saruman just because I know him more in that one rather than Count Dooku. And I'm kind of blanking on Count Dooku. That's my reasoning, which isn't very good reasoning. Okay, bonus Star Wars question. This is the last one. Oh, wait, no, there's a bonus Lord of the Rings question. Okay, which Star Wars trilogy do you like more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why is this one? I like The Force Awakens. What is that? Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6.
Whoever made this poll is funny. That's what that means.
They did it between 3. What is that?
So they said, which trilogy do you like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or your third option is I like The Force Awakens.
What is that?
Well, The Force Awakens is the first movie in the last 3, the ones that Disney made. But the Force Awakens was okay, and the other 2 were so bad that they're not even counting them.
Oh.
And so whoever made this poll is just funny. I would say that I like 4, 5, 6 better because I feel like you can watch 4, 5, 6 and have a complete story without 1, 2, 3, but you can't watch 1, 2, 3 without watching 4, 5, and 6 with it because
the ending
is so dark in the third one because it's basically the midway point of a series. You can't, like, if you just watched 1, 2, 3 and that was it, that was your Star Wars experience, like.
At the end of 3 is when Star Wars, and it was when Anakin dies, right? And that's the end of it?
No. No, Anakin's Darth Vader. He dies at the end of the 6th movie.
Oh, but that's dark too. Wait.
Like Luke redeems him. He
basically
repents.
That's at the end of 3?
Luke. That's the end of the 6th movie.
I'm getting confused.
You're getting confused because when we watched them in the order they were made. They were made
and I don't like that.
4, 5, 6, then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's why.
But no, the third movie at the end is when Anakin and Obi-Wan fight, and like Anakin loses, becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's dark ending. That's what I said.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say is you
can
watch 1, 2, you can watch 4, 5, 6
and have a good ending
and just have a complete story without needing 1, 2, 3. But 1, 2, 3, you can't just watch those without 4, 5, and 6 and have a good ending.
Man, that would be really rough ending.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I really like the beginning. I like when Anakin's a baby, though. I love that.
You are probably the only person that's ever said that.
No, you said it.
I mean, I don't mind it. I wouldn't say that I love it like
I really do. I really, like, when I think of Star Wars, that's what I think of. When he's a kid, when I think of you say Star Wars, that's what I think of in my childhood. That's what I really liked. When he was a kid and he was so excited about pod racing, that's what I think of. Or I think of when Leia and Han Solo and they're fighting like Jabba the Hutt's people, and they're on that fight and they're in the sand dunes and there's like those things going and like trying to eat them.
You talking about the Sarlacc pit?
Yes, and then, well, no, I don't know.
Yes, that's
not the Sarlacc. No, but I'm thinking of when they're fighting on the sand dunes. Yeah. They're like fighting, and then they're throwing people into like the little mouth, the big mouth with the
that's called the Sarlacc.
Oh, okay. And I also think of like that weird scene of like. Anyways, the main scene is when he's a kid, and that's what I think of, him pod racing.
That's interesting.
That's the first thing I think of. And then I think of probably Darth Vader after that, in his ship, like, killing people or whatever, walking down the halls, killing the white guys. But that's what I think of. The first thing is that little kid. So that's why I kind of like 1, 2, and 3. But if that's my ending, I would be sad, which would be horrible. And the redemption in 4, 5, 6 is so good.
That's exactly right.
It was made. We did it in the way it was made. 4, 5, 6. So it was originally
when we watched it.
We watched it
in the way that it was made. So it was made
4, 5,
6. We watched the story of Luke and Leia and Han going through and fighting the Empire, and then the redemption story of Darth Vader. Then we went back and we watched 1, 2, 3, which is like basically showing how Anakin became Darth Vader.
Yeah, I wish we would have watched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like that.
No, well, now if we watched it, we would, but because that was the first time you've watched them all in one sitting.
Oh, it's just
for the sake of like
everybody ever that watched it ever.
Yeah, for the sake of like graphics, for the sake of just
that's
the
true.
way
graphics.
The choreography was, everything. I think if it's your first time watching it, watch it in the order they were created. But after that, just watch them in the order of the story.
So the people that own Star Wars, are they still making money off of Star Wars?
Well, Disney owns Star Wars now.
I know that, but
yes, they're making. Yes.
Why did he sell it?
I don't know fully, but
it's sad that he sold it.
I mean, they sold it for like a lot of money.
How much?
I want to say like over $1 billion. But I don't actually know.
Why would he sell it?
How much?
Is there like a lot of controversy with that?
Lucas sell Star Wars for? Let's find out. I feel like there was $4.5 billion.
So is it worth that? Because Disney's still making way more, right?
Star Wars is the biggest entertainment franchise in history. When you're talking
bigger than Lord of the Rings?
Oh my gosh, not even close. Yes. When you're talking movies, you're talking action figures, memorabilia, you're talking
clothes,
everything. Everything that's marketed
music.
Star Wars. Yeah, like everything that's marketing Star Wars it's the biggest franchise ever.
That's crazy. He invented that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, George Lucas is a mad genius.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
Bonus Lord of the Rings question. Which trilogy do you like more? The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings.
Are you serious?
Or The Hobbit shouldn't have even been a trilogy.
The Hobbit shouldn't even have been a trilogy.
That's the people.
Whoever made these polls, I get
they
them.
know what they're talking about.
They get me. I'm saying The Hobbit should never have been a trilogy, and I'll leave it at that.
That's weird. Why wouldn't they do of the... Okay.
Because there aren't 3. There's only 2 trilogies. But
right.
Yes. Well, obviously, if I had to choose between the 2, it's going to be Lord of the Rings.
I would pick Lord of the Rings.
But I'm going to say that the third one was the actual answer. It shouldn't have been a trilogy.
I did like The Hobbit.
You did.
I did like The Hobbit.
And I liked The Hobbit significantly more watching it with you because you enjoyed it. But I can't get past how bad it all was.
The thing about The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, the fight scenes are literally 20 minutes each. And it's like, how can there be that much fighting? Like when I don't even know which one it is, but the orcs come at night. That fight scene is probably an hour. It's crazy long.
First of all, it's not an hour. But second of all,
it's so long. It's obnoxious.
Any battle with like that many people is gonna be long.
It's so obnoxious.
What do you want it to be, a minute?
No, like maybe 5 minutes.
It probably is way shorter than you
it's
think.
Not. And so I know that there's a lot of that in The Hobbit and in The Lord of the Rings.
What battle scene are you referring to?
The one at night when the orcs come.
The one at night?
And they're going up a castle.
Oh, you're talking about Helm's Deep? That's one of the most epic battle scenes in the history of cinema. It's
obnoxious. I did like when the troll...
How long is the Battle of Helm's Deep?
It's so long.
Okay. The entire battle was 40 minutes.
No.
But listen. It's not like... No, that's the best... That's one of the best...
40 minutes
listen.
of a 3-hour movie.
It's the longest on-screen battle in cinematic history. But listen...
I digress.
No, but listen.
It was one
of the most epic battles you've ever seen. Like, literally, it goes through the layers... Layers is not the word I want. It goes through the stages of the battle. Like, the progression of it. And then the finale... Like, come on. You can't say... You just don't like violence.
No, I don't mind
even
the
if
battle.
violence makes sense, you don't like it. That's why you can't stand 40 minutes of action. But it's not just action. It's action interwoven with this intensity and this storytelling and this, like... It's, like, poetic. It's beautiful. It's one of the best... It's literally one of the best cinematic moments in history. And you're poo-pooing on it.
30 minutes, though.
I wish it was 50.
Why couldn't they crunch it down to at least 15?
Dude, you can't have...
40
You can't...
minutes.
Okay, listen. You're disqualified. You can't have the Battle of Helm's Deep in 15 minutes.
I do like the part when the dwarf, and I think it's Aragon, like he launches him in the air and they take out the orc.
You're disqualified from this conversation.
I mean, that's kind of fun.
You're disqualified. You can't have the Battle of Helm's Deep in 15 minutes.
I bet they could.
No, that's so anticlimactic. Like, this is... Oh my gosh. You can't tell a story if you're not gonna
funny.
do justice to the end battle of your movie. That's like the
that's the
peak.
end battle?
Yeah, it's the end battle of the second movie. And it's the peak, it's the climax of that story arc, of that movie. It's one of the most pivotal moments in the series.
I don't know. Okay, they could have done 30 minutes.
No.
Or 20 minutes,
no,
but not 40. That's
I'd
basically
say that
an hour.
Sequence, those 40 minutes are perfection. There's not a flaw in those 40 minutes. I don't buy it. You could not convince me that there's a flaw in those 30 minutes. That there's not a place there's not 10 minutes that you can take away. What 10 minutes are you going to take away from that battle?
The whole time when the orcs are charging it, the whole, that's probably 15 minutes
movie
itself.
making. It's called cinema. It's called building tension. Like, listen to any director. They're going to tell you there's not 10 minutes you can take out of that.
They probably did take 10 minutes out. They probably took another hour
for
off.
the 40 minutes that are left. For the 40 minutes that made the movie, if you take anything out of that, it's making it worse.
Maybe.
If you take any scene out of those 40 minutes in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Battle of Helm's Deep, 40-minute scene, you take any 10-minute span out of that, it's worse. There's not one scene you can take away that doesn't make it worse.
How do you know
Every
it's
scene
called
in
Battle
there
of
is
Helms? Battle of the Helms.
That's what we're talking about.
Is that the movie name? That's
No,
not the
that's
name.
the scene I'm talking about.
But how do you know that?
Because I've seen the movie like 800 times.
But they in the movie they'll say Battle of Helm's Deep.
No, it's just that's what it is. It's a battle at Helm's Deep. It's a battle
and
of
Helm's Deep is the elf.
No, Helm's Deep is the you've lost track of this conversation. You're not even listening anymore.
I have.
No. It's
I can't
the place
remember
they fought.
where. Is it
Helm's Deep was the fortress.
Oh, it was the human.
fortress.
It was the human one.
The fortress, yes.
The human fortress. I can't remember
the battle
whose
that you're
fortress
talking
it was.
about.
No, I know, but
the battle you brought up.
Uh,
Listen, I think 99% of the people listening are going to agree with me on this. Because you just don't like violence because you don't understand it, even in the context of a story. But if you actually understand that scene and like the importance of that scene, it's beautiful. Perfect. One of the best cinematic moments. It's literally the best sequence in the entire movie because The Two Towers is probably the worst of the three movies. But that scene alone makes it still like incredible. So I don't know I don't remember where it came from Would You Rather, but
yeah. Well, I think this was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for listening. That is all. I think that's the last
question. If you
question.
agree with me, let her know.
Leave a comment. A review. Comment.
If you agree with her, I probably won't hear about it. All right.
All right. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.